Yo, what's good, guys? It's Austin here, or Luna. Today's story time is definitely an interesting one that I've been waiting to tell for a little bit now. Today's story time topic is about some furries. Now, I've talked about furries on this channel before, and I have no problem with them, okay? I really don't. If you want to dress up in a big furry costume and go hang out with other people in costumes or whatever you all do, I don't care. Like, it's your life. Do whatever you want. I have no judgment towards you or anybody. But for some reason, the few furries that I've met in my life have been so mean to me. And I've met some cool ones on Twitter and stuff, but like I'm talking about the ones I've met in real life have always been mad, angry towards me for some reason. And I'm just going to tell you about it today because this is a really funny one and crazy. So today's story time all starts off as a normal day when I was 18 years old. I had just turned 18. I was visiting my hometown for a couple weeks. This is when I was living in LA. I went home to visit my hometown for a couple weeks, and I met up with a few friends of mine while I was in my hometown. And we had plans on this day to go to the mall and do some shopping, and then after that get some food and just kind of hang out. So we head to the mall, and we get there, and the minute we walk in, we see this new store opened up. And it's a store that's like an anime store. They have like a bunch of mangas and like anime DVDs and shit and magazines or whatever, like just a bunch of anime stuff. And one of the friends I was with was obsessed with anime. I've talked about him before, and he wanted to go in that store really bad. So that was the first thing we did. And when we walk in there, we immediately see two people wearing full like fursuits, like furries, and they look at us and they walk up to us immediately and go, "Sorry, furries only." I thought it was a fucking joke. I started laughing because I've never heard that statement before. So I laugh, and my friend laughs as well, and my other friend just has a really, really confused look on his face. And this furry dude that said that goes, "No, I'm not kidding, furries only." And I walk up to the cash register where like the guy that owned the store was, and I was like, "Is this guy serious?" And the store owner is like, "No, you're good. Like, you can shop here. He's just busting your balls. Like, don't worry about it." So I thought it was a joke. So me and my friends continue to look around the store and just kind of, like shop around. And the furry guy that was saying furries only backed off. So we thought that that was the end of it, right? And then 10 minutes later, he comes up to us again, this time with his friend, and they both start saying it again. They keep saying furries only. So I look at him and I'm like, "Hey man, listen, we're just trying to like shop and like do our thing. We're not trying to get in your way. We'll be out of here soon. If you don't like us that much because we're not wearing the same outfits as you, like don't worry, we'll be gone soon." And the guy gets like mad at me. He's like, "I was just kidding, but since you want to take it all fucking seriously, actually get out." And it didn't really sound like that. It was more like, "I was just fucking kidding. Because he's wearing a fucking helmet. Well, not a helmet, but like a furry head. Anyway, he gets all pissed off and proceeds to push me towards the exit of the store. And he keeps pushing me till I'm like at the exit. And the whole time I'm like, "Yo, can you stop? Can you fucking stop, dude?" And after like the third or fourth push, I pushed him back because like I'm not trying to get assaulted by this furry. And at that point, two of my friends get between us and kind of keep us from like going at each other because I was a little annoyed and I was about to punch this fucking dude in his snout. And then the store owner comes over to us. He's like, "What's going on? What's going on?" I was like, "What do you mean what's going on? You saw what happened. These two dudes wearing costumes keep harassing us." And he's like, "All right, listen, all of you get out." I was like, "Bro, are you serious? Like, they're the ones that pushed me first. They're the ones that have been bothering us. Like, you're going to kick us out too?" He goes, "Yeah, I can't have you both in here. Just go." So we all get kicked out. The two furries, me and my friends, we all get kicked out. We go on to the main area of the mall where, like, at this point, we're not even in a store. And these furry dudes are still right there. And they walk up to us again and get up in our faces and start talking shit again, saying that we shouldn't even be there, that, like, it was our fault that we got kicked out. They had the audacity to call us bullies. They said that we were bullying them when we literally just walked in and were looking at anime shit. And they came up to us saying that furries only were allowed in there. So if anyone was bullying and being discriminatory, it was them. Even if they were joking, it's just a shitty joke. So anyway, I look at both my friends and I'm like, "Listen, let's just turn around and let's get out of here." And we turn around and we start walking away. We try and be the bigger people. We try to walk away from these two dudes in ginormous fursuits. And we think that that's the end of it, right? And then all of a sudden, one runs up behind my friend and like grabs him by the neck. And it was like weird. It's not like he was choking him, but he was like holding him there by his neck. And he mumbled something. I couldn't quite make it out because the mall was loud and he had a giant thing over his head that was blocking his speech from being clear. And my friend did not like that this dude was grabbing his neck. My friend turned around and gave him the like craziest curve punch I've ever seen in my life, right in the side of his furry ear. I know that fucking punch hurt because it sent him to the ground, even with a head on, protecting his actual head. Like, this dude had something over his head protecting him, and it still sent him to the ground. And luckily, there's a security guard right there that saw it, and he immediately ran over and broke everybody up before it turned into like a ginormous fight. But they brought us and these two furries in their full costumes to the security office and made us explain ourselves as to what was going on. And I explained it. I was like, look, we went to the store. They were in there trying to like gatekeep it. They were telling us the only people in furry costumes were allowed to be there. Then we left because we got kicked out for them pushing us. They assaulted us first. And then in the mall, in like the main area, one of them grabbed my friend by the neck, and my friend swung on him because my friend thought he was going to hurt him. So, he didn't want to get hurt. Like, at the end of the day, my friend was acting in self-defense, nothing else. And I was right on that. To this day, I still think that. Like, if someone grabs you by the neck and you defend yourself, I would consider that self-defense, at least in this situation for sure. But anyway, guys, they ended up kicking us out of the mall. They yelled at the furries for wearing costumes at the mall, because wearing masks at a mall at the time were not allowed. This was before the virus, so you couldn't be wearing a mask at the mall, especially a full covering head mask. Like, I think that's still not okay at the mall that we go to. They told them if they ever come back to the mall, they have to take those heads off. They don't care about the suits, but the heads have to go because they need to be able to see their faces. So yeah, in the end, we got like suspended, I guess, from the mall. We had to get kicked out for the rest of the day, but we could go back any day after that as long as we promised not to fight each other, which we did. We promised not to create any more problems, and that was fine for us. Like, me and my friends, we didn't want any problems. Like, we didn't have any plans to mess with those kids ever again. As for the furries, I don't know what their intentions were. They said they wouldn't do anything ever again, but I didn't know if I believed them. But yeah, guys, after that, we left the mall. We got in my friend's car. And we were just in disbelief. My friend looked at me and he's like, did we really just get kicked out of the mall for the rest of the day for arguing with two furries? I was like, yep, we did. He's like, I didn't even know furries existed in our hometown. I was like, dude, honestly, I didn't either. And after that, we went back to my friend's house. We went back to his house and just kind of ate some food and hung out. And we had a nice, normal rest of our day with no more drama involved whatsoever. And yeah, that was the last time I ever saw those two guys at the mall, those two furries. I never saw them again. I don't know what they're up to nowadays. Hopefully they're nicer to people because they were really mean to us. And yeah, moral of the story is just be nice to people in public. That's pretty much that. But yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed this story time. If you did, please leave a like on the video. I would really appreciate it. Feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below. And subscribe if you're new. I'll see you guys all later. Peace.
Even the night you be wanting to fight. When I pull up you see it's like, oh shit. Cut all these ties cause they plan my demise. They all snakes and I think it's been showing. I got some issues, they haunting me daily. I'm losing my mind and I know it. Losing my mind and I know it. Losing my mind and I know it. Even the night you be wanting to fight. When I pull up you see